All right, so for the folks that have a bilateral adduction drop test being positive, so meaning both sides are no good at crossing midline, the standing repositioning exercises are best, especially for folks that are loosey-goosey and have positive tests. We want to approximate through all the weight of the body into the feet. So number one, you're going to be about a shoe length, a foot length away from the wall. So probably for you, a little bit away from the wall. Number two, you're going to touch your butt to the wall and then slowly spinal wave, so tucking your tail under until you get to about T8 right there. Once you're there, you're going to have the bolster in between, because it's always about opening up the pelvic floor, and that's with the adductors. We've got to make the pelvic floor pull to the femurs and not the femurs pull to the pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to soften the knees a little bit more, and then not too much though, because if you go too deep, then it becomes very quad dominant. And then we're going to reach with our arms. The reach is going to help create posterior mediastinum expansion, so upper back expansion, and the T8 level is going to be glued to the wall. So it's almost like it is the 90-90, the one on your back with your feet on a wall, but now you're standing. So now we got this, head up a little bit, and to shrug, good. This is where you're going to cue folks to find their heels, so pressures through the heel, and then you ask them, do you sense your hamstrings? And this is where, if they're too far away from the wall, they'll tend to use a quad dominant strategy where they're kicking into the floor versus pulling into the floor. So imagine like you're trying to pull your heels towards the wall. That takes your butt off the wall a little bit, just like we did lying down on your back. Now do you feel hamstrings? Okay, now that they found the hamstrings, the actual drill is going to be inhale through the nose, full exhale, and you're going to have them reach. The exhale sets the treatment position, the inhale is the treatment. And then full exhale, squeezing the bolster on the exhale, and then creating the abdominal tension that then the next breath is into the upper back and not by losing the tension of the stomach. You want to maintain the abdominal tension on the inhale. Nice, and then full exhale. And you're checking them. Are you feeling hamstrings? Are you feeling groin? Are you feeling your abs staying on? And then on the inhale, are you feeling expansion here? And then rest. So, what'd you feel? You felt the upper back trying to expand?
Yeah, I felt my expansion in my upper back.
Cool. So this is a really good one to teach a person what it feels like to get their back to drive back. The hard points of this drill is people not using their hamstrings. They'll use their quads. That's where maybe going back to lying on the back to teach them what it feels like to find hamstrings, so that then they could use that same cue of almost like pulling your knees away from the wall by using hamstrings, which then takes your tailbone off. It's still one I'm trying to work out on how to cue better, because if you tell them to just press through the heels, then if they're extending through their heels, then it's all quads. So you gotta imagine like you're trying to paint your feet on the floor, just like the lying on the back one. PRI sometimes has the person, they put books behind the person's heel so that they can see, like almost like that's touching your heel, right? Dig through your heel into my foot. So it's like you could put books there to provide some neural kind of feedback of the pressure on the back of the heel to give you that sense of wanting to drive back. Let's take this one on again. So let's go ahead and full exhale. Good. Now, if a person's having a hard time finding the abs and the hamstrings, I'm about to show you a trick. So let's go ahead and bring your arms up. So the trick here is having a chair in front of them so that they can push down into. That's going to help kind of reactively turn on the abdominals and then raise their toes. That's going to further turn on the hamstrings. So this is little tricks of the trade right here, which any of the PNF type tricks would also work, but basically I'm just trying to get overpressure, drive. Another trick is to place books under her heels here, or under her feet here, the toes, so that it keeps her on her heels. And now she's working. There. So you went from the standard repositioning position of standing, finding the heels, to Now over pressure with a chair or your fingertips and then raising the toes. How different was that one?
A lot more once I was bringing up the toes. Definitely feel the hamstrings.
We'll probably do one more round of that and then we'll retest you.